Hi everybody, good morning. So it's morning here anyway. Today is August 8th, so it's the day of the Lion's Gate, astrologically speaking. For those of you who are in the know, you know exactly what I'm talking about. For those of you who don't, I'll just really briefly share that August 8th, what happens is the planet Sirius aligns with the planet Earth, and Sirius is considered to be a source of spiritual light. So our practice today is going to be about bringing in more light. And I wanted to do this as a Facebook Live, but unfortunately Facebook wasn't cooperating and it kept crashing my computer. So come into a comfortable seated position, which means comfortable for you. You don't have to be in easy pose. You can be on your knees. You can be on a chair. And let's just start with the hands in Gyan Mudra. So that's index and thumb finger together, resting on the knees. Eyes maybe 1/10 looking down or closed, if that's comfortable for you. And just tune into your breath. As you turn into your breath and as you exhale, allow your lower body to become heavy and rooted to the ground. And notice that as you root, your spine can elongate and lengthen upward. Note that as your posture lengthens, as opposed to, rigidly adhering to a posture, it's a natural effect of the breath and being aware of the body and its connection in its parts. So as a result of lengthening through the spine, note how the belly, what Mark Aquaviva calls the jellyfish, and I'm sure other people do too, but this inner liquid, just jellyfish-like energy that can rise in and up, and it moves. It's our hydraulic system basically of the body. So see if you can get in touch as you breathe and as you lift this internal and upward movement of energy. It is really the body's support, the core, but not what we tend to think of as the core, as this hard rock, but something that's very responsive, supple. Okay, so let's start with some toning this morning. So first, let's just massage the face, kind of get rid of any tension along the jaw. You can rub around your eyes, around your nose. I do have a video out about face massage, so you can look for that later and maybe get some other ideas here, but for now, just kind of rub around the face, the ears. You just want to release tension that's held in the face, maybe in the back of the skull. Good. And we'll start with a yawn. So just breathing in and letting a yawn come. It may be forced. It may be quite natural. Just let it be whatever it is. And we'll repeat that. So breathing in, yawning. Just let out a sound each time. Allow yourself to make the sound. It doesn't have to be pretty. Probably won't be. But what we want is we want to feel the throat nice and open as this sound releases. Last time. That became a real one. Okay, so now let's do a little bit of a tongue release. So this is lion's breath. So we're just going to have the paws right in front, fingertips to the ground. And we're going to extend the tongue. So we're going to breathe in, extend the tongue, open the eyes wide, and exhale over the open tongue. So breathing in. Good, let's repeat. Breathing in. Exhale over the open tongue. Every last bit of breath out. Let's do that one more time. Breathing in. Release, eyes wide. Good job. Okay, so just rest your hands wherever they're comfortable. We're going to breathe in and we'll start with an Om. So don't worry about the pitch. You can match mine or you can have a higher or lower pitch. We're just going to do a single Om for a single breath. Breathing in. Om. Now your sound may be longer or shorter than mine. That really isn't important. It's that you follow your breath. Also, note that there are, there's the O, but there's also the M. And we want to give equal opportunity to both of those sounds. So sometimes it can be, if people aren't measuring the breath, it can be a really long O and then a little at the end. Or vice versa, we start out on O really short and then we end up with a really long O, So see if you can give equal time to both sounds, the O and the So here we go again. Breathing in. Again. Just rest and feel the effect of those three sounds. Now for some of you, the sensation might be quite subtle. And then if you've been doing this a long time, as I have, or even if you haven't, you might just naturally fall into a realization of how quickly this sounding, these tones can change your state. and ground you and make you more present in your body, more clear in your head. And that's what we're doing. That's what this Lion's Gate is about. To put it in Buddhist terms, there are these poisons, and that's yoga too, these poisons of aversion or, not liking things, resisting things, wanting things to be different. That is part of suffering. That is a cause of suffering. Also, our attachments, the things that we desire, that we want, this longing, and, unhealthy attachments, addictions, those kinds of things. That is also a key to our suffering. And then there is our ignorance. And this is our lack of understanding, our lack of wisdom, our inability to see clearly. So this is also delusion and illusion. So those three things are the source of our suffering. And so this practice, any practice, any spiritual practice really, is going to be about eradicating or freeing ourselves from those three things. There's a pretty butterfly out my window right now. So this Lion's Gate, this idea of, this alignment with the planet Sirius and bringing in more spiritual light by engaging intentionally this morning, whatever time it is where you are, with this energy, we are bringing in the power into ourselves to eradicate those poisons from our system. So, again, the point being, my original point, that the toning, this kind of work with the voice and the body and the mind, the spirit, can really change our state. And it might not be apparent if you're new to this, but the more you do it, the more instantaneous the benefits become. That was my point. Okay, so let's continue now. We just did an Om, which is a sound that a lot of people have heard before. They kind of know it's associated with yoga. They're comfortable with that sound. But what I'd like to do now is invite you into a free toning. So you can do any sound, any vowel sound that you like. So A, E, I, O, U, or the short vowels, so they can either say their name or use the short sounds. I do have videos about this on the Tranquil Living Tribe, so if you're not a member of my subscription site, that might be something of interest to you, because there are lots of free courses and videos, and also exclusive videos that go up every month that may be of interest to you, and it's really affordable too. So any vowel sound, you can follow me. One way to do this, in fact, I think I will do this way. So I'm going to make a sound. If you want to sound with me, feel free, because then you might be able to harmonize. If you're used to this kind of thing, you can make it whatever you'd like. If you're not familiar with it and you're not sure how it's going to go, then let me make the sound, and then I'll have a moment of silence after, in which you can reproduce the sound. And then, of course, if you're making the sound with me and you're familiar, then you know the silence after the sound is really quite important. So while there's that quiet, you can use that. But if you want to make a sound in the quiet too, that's your option. That's your free choice. So I'm going to make a sound, and then you can either join me or you can make a sound after. And you can either sit in the silence or you can make a sound in the silence. It's up to you. Okay, so sitting up nice and tall here, comfortable, rooted, long through the spine, inner jellyfish moving upward. Breathing in. Just take a moment in the silence after you finish your sound. Okay, how did that feel? Hopefully good. Certainly quieted my mind down. Made me feel very still inside. So let's come onto all fours. We'll do a little cat-cow for the back. And what I'm going to invite you to do is to make sound as you're moving. So rather than think, a really rigid cat-cow in the yoga sense, make it a little more organic so that you're free to move side to side in little circles, shifting your weight back and forth, and just find that what the back wants today. And then as you begin to free up the spine, you can begin to make some sounds if you like. So I just want to share with you that I have found a resonance that's really hitting all my bones, especially in my chest, my arms, my core a little bit. And so this is the kind of thing that you allow yourself to experience when you do things like this, when you uninhibit yourself and allow yourself to explore vibration in your voice and body. Feel free to bend your toes back. Let's shift the weight back towards the heels. Going to give a toe stretch. if you'd like to press back into a down dog. Coming into a plank, feel free to drop to your knees if that's more comfortable for you. Down to chaturanga, bringing chest first. Sphinx or cobra or upward dog. Feel that one on the way to my tailbone. Pushing back to child's pose and just resting. Let the sounds go for the moment and just rest in stillness. Good. Go ahead and round up. Sit in thunderbolt pose, rock pose, whatever you'd like to call it. On the heels if that's comfortable for you. If not, you might have to modify sitting on a block or a cushion either under the ankles or under the buttocks, or even between the knees. From here, we're going to use the strength of our legs and core to come up and into a lunge. And let's just do that on each side, and then we'll start to add a sound. One on each side, just to kind of feel where you are. Just making sure your knee is aligned and over your ankle and not too far in front of your toes. Okay, so now that you've gotten that position, we're going to make a hey. So it's this forward thrusted movement. Hey. 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 My voice is bouncing off my gong, which is across the room. There's a little bit of a echo. Hey. 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 Last 2 times. Hey. Hey. And back into kneeling. Good. Rest. Let's take the arms out to the side overhead to breathe in. Reach and lengthen through the spine from the tailbone up. Interlace the fingers, index finger pointed up, thumbs crossed. Reach and breathe. Really feel how the belly can empty in this position as you bring the spine, the belly button toward the spine. So breathing nice and deep. If you are familiar with the root locks, go ahead and apply the root locks here. Hold the breath. And release the locks and the breath as you bring the arms down. Let's come onto our backs. We'll just start in constructive rest. Knees bent. Feet in a supportive position, but also where they can relax through the groin so that you don't feel as though you're having to hold your legs up. So maybe let your knees fall in together by widening the feet if that's necessary, if you feel tension here. Just relax the back body into the ground. Allow the front body to rest upon the back body. With each exhalation, let the belly fall. can stretch out into Shavasana. And simply intend to tap into this alignment, this lion's gate. Invite the energy in to change you on the deepest levels in positive ways. Allow the density of your body to start to dissolve and make space for the light. Let the light come in and burn away the dross, the old, the aversions, the attachments, the delusions. Let the light purge every cell. And instead of the body being some kind of a blackout curtain, let it be a light, white, lacy curtain that lets the light in. Instead of a heavy, thick, velvety piece of material, let it be light and floating on the breeze in the clear sunshine. Let's take a few deep breaths. Bringing the knees into the chest. Feel free to rock on the spine or stay still, it's up to you. Any last little bits you want or your body feels it needs. And then rolling onto one side. Take a moment there. Using your top arm to push yourself up. And coming back into a seated position, so in a chair if that's more comfortable. Meditating for a moment as we move into this upright position, ready for our day or whatever comes next. Thank you for joining me for this Lion's Gate practice. We will close by rubbing the hands together. Bringing them into the chest, breathe deep. And release. And breathe deep to tone out. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Om.